Oh well, here we are today, and it's a Thursday, late December, so probably the last chance we're going to get to go out before Christmas and the mad rush. It's Thursday, it's a good day, it's a fantastic mild wind. We've got a full moon, so that'll be interesting to see what happens with a full moon. And we've got low tide at midday, so that'll be good bite time. So let's see how we go, and we'll keep you in touch. It's a fantastic facility here at OBC, and just makes it all-weather launching and retrieving, which is such a great advantage when you can get wind happening and cause you problems. So yeah, it's fantastic. As we get into this tape, there's a bit of water and a bit of a mess on the lens, so sorry about that, but it does go after a while. Okay, well, we're on our way out. We're out between Tiri and the Noisies, and we've just seen a few birds working, so we've just stopped here and do a bit of prospecting. There's a few gannets sitting around, but I think it's all over. But they're a bit further out, so we're just going to, bit of a prospecting day today. But it's supposed to be good weather as far as no wind is concerned. It's low tide at midday, which is great. So we've got a bite time around 1 to 3. And it's full moon, so some people have different theories about full moon. Sometimes they say it's great. Some people say, no, it's a bit of a problem, full moon. So we'll see what happens, I guess, during the day. We're just going to go looking around, but we've seen some activity already, so that's promising. So we'll just see how the day goes. Well, Mark, I've been prospecting, and nothing's showing on the sounder, but we've managed to... oh, Mark's got a little guy there, got too small, so we'll just see what sort of fish are here. The one I have is feels a bit better. Oh yeah, he's a lot better. So that's good. He'll be a keeper. Has to be.
Good.
Okay, we can see him coming up. Definitely a snapper. He fought like a snapper. And
oh, good size shot.
Here he comes.
Beautiful
oh yeah,
size.
Beautiful snapper for the table. Excellent. Get a net for him.
Good size.
He's got a bit of a dent in his side. He had an injury there from something.
Yeah.
He's a good 40, so he's a good fish. Take him out of the gene pool. I think it's probably an injury though.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we've just moved along a little bit, prospecting a bit more, and Mark's had a little fish, and I've got quite a good sized fish, and he's pinching my line. Still pinching my line. So we'll see what he turns out to be, but I'm going to have to put my tension up a little bit. Don't like doing that, but you should always just set your tension, and if they want to run, let them run. So I won't touch it again, giving them enough, and we'll see how we go. Okay, well, we're finally getting somewhere with this guy. I can see some colour. It's got to be a snapper, and it is. He's nice, doing round and round and round.
Oh, lovely size.
Another snapper of similar size to the last one, actually. So very good eating fish. We'll let Mark do the honours here. Very quickly dispatched and into the processing. Thank you, Mark. I can sort that out, mate. Yeah. Yes, another nice 40 centimetre fish. So of course I'm doing all my prospecting on the Weasel Lumo. It's only about 28 gram, I think. It's got a couple of my little tiny hooks on it, but they're very fine, sharp hooks. Oh, look at that, I've got a bend there, so I don't know whether that was him, but that's got to be straightened. Hopefully it's still strong enough. Well, we're out just off Tiri. See it in the background there with the lighthouse. There's always a lot of boats out here. Shearer's Rock, it's called. There's a couple of charter guys. They're actually doing some work on Shearer's Rock. It's a crane out here, which is unusual. So they must be pulling it up and redoing it. Maybe they're fitting it with solar lights or something. Solar power. So, we just got a few inquiries, smaller fish. So we'll see how we go here, and we'll just carry on probably from here. We've not got dolphins here. It's just Shearer's Rock's full of a lot of roughage underneath, so you're picking up fish that are hanging around rocks and weed and stuff like that. Well, just after that, picked up a good fish. He's given me a couple of good runs. Ooh. You often get some quite good fish around Tiri, around Shearer's Rock. Haven't done well here for a while, but coming back today, so maybe the full moon's all right. See Rangitoto way back in the distance there. This is quite a good fish. It's got a bit of grunt. I think it's no head shakes yet, so.
It's the one that I got before, doesn't my bait.
But I think it's definitely playing like a snapper. Just no head shakes, but he's doing the old power on, power off trip. So we'll see how we go. Yeah, okay, I felt a head shake then. So yeah, he's a good sized fish, I'd say. Not a monster, but a good fish. Hey, mine's coming up, I can see colour. So, let's see. It's a snapper for sure. He'd be a good fish. Come up gently, boy. Oh yeah, nice fish. Size is he?
Beautiful.
He's around the 45, 46 mark. So he's probably about as the maximum that I would keep for eating. So very good. Oh, here's Mark's fish. He's a good fish too. In the net. Oops, I want to get out of the net.
Jumping jack flash.
Oh, look at that. That's a bin full of two good fish. Fantastic. Well, I just put the soft bait over with a sexy penny lure on it, 5-inch, and man, I got hit. Monstered straight away. That is the theory with it. You'll often get the bigger fish. So I'm very happy about that, but it looks like I've got a bit of a challenge on my hands. Yeah, so this is a specific soft bait rod. I still have my other. Oh, and everything's gone wrong. I've got the other. I'll just have to answer the phone. Now I've got two fish on. Whoa! And I've got to bring this big fish in. And I had a phone call, and so it's all a little bit happening.
Put him back, John. He's got.
Yep.
It,
Yeah. Just leave the hook. Yep. I need to pay attention with this fish on my soft bait rod, and somehow leave the other one as well. So fishing on this full moon is being very productive. Now I'll get back to this fish, which I'd let the tension off a little bit so he could swim away, given that these hooks have been a little bit bendy. And he's still there, so now I'll work on him, but I won't put another line out because the fishing seems to be a bit too busy. This is another good fish, so, and given those slightly lightweight hooks, I better be careful. So I'll bring him in slowly, let him run if he wants to. I might take the tension off again, actually. Just play him a little bit softer. You can see on the sounder here that there's definitely fish over this area here that we've come back to that we're drifting on, and it looks like snapper sign. So
That's what it looks
Well, I run my soft bait again, and I have picked up another good fish. Sexy penny, way to go. Whoa. I've got a bit of a fight going on, so it's ideal conditions here. We're just doing a drift. We're running up reasonably close to the charter, not too close to annoy him, and then we're just drifting back. And whether these fish are coming because of this burley, I don't know, but I don't necessarily think so. I think they're just in the area. But there's definitely, oh, Mark's pulling a fish on there. Go on, Mark, he's a keeper, but you can always get bigger. You can upscale, I suppose. It's not too deep here, so the fish aren't suffering from the area embolism at all. So release is good. But this is another good fish on my soft bait. So
keeper, but I put him
this
back.
is a Sustain 4000 FG reel, which I've found to be really good. 9 line, about I think it's 6 kg. Oopsie, someone else is on my jig. So we'll deal with this guy first. And he is another very respectable snapper. He's trying to get away. It's his duty to do that, of course. Man, they fall victim to
Good size, one job.
another good fish. And my other weasel's got a fish on as well. So we'll pull this guy in. Could probably lift him because he's well hooked. These jigs are strong.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful.
Oh, mate. You are still very much alive. Look how easy that came out. Right, ready for action again. All right, put that down. Deal with this guy.
Oh, here we go. Right on.
Mark's got fish too, so there's definitely very hungry fish around here at the moment where we are. It's out off Tiri, quite close to Tiri, as you can see over there.
Better fish.
So there's definitely a patch of good fish in here. Oh, he's going to leap out of the bin and hey! Oh God. Hey, Mac's got another fish on. I'm having a pause. Give myself a rest. Beautiful day. Wind's dropping right off. We've still got bite time hasn't even started, but there's a great bite time at the moment, so this may be it, maybe early. You can see them coming up. Round and round, round and round. Nice clear water. Yeah, good fish. Yay! Sinker right on top of the... Oh, he's self-releasing as well. That was good.
Well done. We'll see that you're kept on.
Pull this guy. Oh, and he's quite a good fish too. Oh, and he wants to go that way. Oh, wow. There's a lot of good fish around. Must be a school of bigger snapper because there's some definitely good fish. Not monsters, but 45, 50s. Pulling this guy up. I hear that Mark's got a fish on too. So the fish, yeah, definitely in this, holding in this area over this bit of reef work. Well, Sexy Penny does it again. It just hit the bottom and bang. And Mark's got a good fish there. Oh, I've put my other line over, which is probably a mistake. Probably going to get, this is a good fish. I can feel he's got some weight. They're very active fish today. Must be this full moon maybe. This is going to be a good snapper. He's got some good head shakes, this boy. It's going to be a lovely fish. 40 to 50. Mark's bringing his fish in. Whoa. We're actually throwing back 35s today. This guy's a good fish. He's got a lot of head shakes. You can see on the rod.
Why are we throwing back good?
A lot of good power on this rod. It's long and it's got a nice power ratio from the tip right back. can bring some pretty big fish in with us. So, here he comes. I can see the white.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the pink.
Good eater.
Yes, very good fish. There's a lot of these boys around today. Oh, sexy penny, eh? Oh, this fish is a good fish too. On the old weasel. I brought my 6 rods out, but I've only had to use 2. Don't need any others. They probably go on everything. If I wanted to be honest, I'll use anything they'd get on it today. Very exceptional fishing today. So, at the moment it's a tick for the full moon.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful job.
Quite a dark snapper. Well, we've been having a fantastic bit of fishing. In fact, we're very hot and quite tired. Every time we come up to the start of the drift, we just catch fish straight away. Nice boat going past. Nice to have one of those. Anyway, so yeah, pretty soon we're just going to decide whether we keep fishing. But at the moment, it's very enjoyable. So it's excellent. And got a cap and a life jacket from Legacy, so thank you very much, Legacy. We're all about the sustainable fishing going forward for Auckland, so got to make sure we do everything right, look after the fishery. So we'll just see how we go, keep going, but yeah, it might be a short day. Sometimes when it's really hot, especially going to the summer, you need to have yourself covered up, and one of the things a lot of people use are these. They can be right over you. I got a beard, so I'm sort of covered there, but at least covering my nose and my cheeks. And if you have glasses on as well, it also helps. So yeah, just to stop that sunburn, and you know what that leads to, so got to look after yourself out here. It's very bright. Well, we've just gone back up to the beginning of the drift again, and Mark already caught 33, and I've got a fish on here, and he might be the same sort of size or a little bit bigger. It's definitely very fishy here on this reef. It's just at the top of a bit of a reef. You can see the fish on the sounder. But yeah, very productive today. They're very hungry and active, and here he comes. He's hiding under the boat.
Very feisty, eh?
Mark, he's quite good. He's about 38 or something. He's a good fish. He's a good eating fish. You have to keep him, won't you?
Probably will, actually.
Measure him. He's only just caught, just at the circle hook, just in the mouth. But their skin is quite strong around the mouth.
Yeah.
They've got strong lips.
So what is he?
Oh, just picked up a fish on the old weasel. It's quite a good fish too. He's gone out Mark's side of the boat, so Mark, my line's going underneath over there. You can see the line angle. Yeah. He's got a bit of pull. Soft bait's picked up a good fish without me even doing anything. Oh yeah, he's a nodder.
The one that just took my bloody buddy, he really hit it hard.
Just a noddy.
Heavy hit, you know.
Yeah. Man, there's some good fish around. That's a great way to finish the year, Mark.
What's that?
It's a great way to finish the year if this is the end of it.
Great, yeah. That's better.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Fantastic fishing. But, whoa, look at this. Oh, I've got another fish on that line already. Oh, wow, that's a good fish too. I better concentrate on this one.
Wow, there we go. It's
Oh,
midday. It's exactly midday.
exactly midday, and we're just about...
12th hour of the 12th day of the 12th month.
Yeah, just about popped our cherry today. That's a good fish on that line too, Mark. I got 2 good snapper on.
Good one.
Here he comes.
Ooh, nice size.
Beautiful sized fish.
Wow.
Hooked in the side of the mouth. That's the good thing about jigs. They're nice and strong. Not these jigs, the soft bait hooks. They're really strong hooks. And they usually get a side of the mouth hook up. Easy to release.
Yeah.
There he is. Now my other rod is going a bit ballistic, so I've got to deal with that. Put the tension up just a fraction. So yeah, lots of very good fish around today. Come to Dada. Slowly coming in. He doesn't really want to come. I have to be quite gentle with these snapper because I've got very small hooks on this jig.
Yeah.
And they're not strong, not as strong as they should be really. The gauge is quite fine. It means they hook up well into their lips.
Right.
But you do have to play them easily. Softly. Softly, softly. He's a bit determined, this guy. He's holding himself down. He must be a good fish. He's not a monster, but he's a good fish. I'm going to have to tire him out. Okay, we can see him now. He's coming up through the water column. Here he comes. Just taking him easy. I'm going to rush him.
Okay.
Here he comes.
Beautiful size
Yeah,
fish.
he's a good fish. Thank you, Mark. Look at that. Two fantastic fish there. Oh, look what's coming up there on the right. We are in the money. Whoa. And we really can't catch much more. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's see what happens there. The sounder is saying that there's a lot of fish under us at the moment. Underneath the boat. And I've hooked something on the soft bait. It's not big though. Well, not yet.
Little bastards.
I think it's some smaller fish. It's probably a big school of little, well, he's getting bigger. Maybe he's a bigger fish after all. Hopefully bring him up on the soft bait. He's a good fish too. Beautiful fish for eating.
Oh.
How big is he?
Nice, what is he?
Yeah, he's around the
Oh,
35, 38. Oh, Mark's had a big strike.
Oh.
This was a big strike and that was it. So I've got this little apparatus on here for putting my camera in, my GoPro. It's got a short little stubby handle, and then I've made this tube out of piping, put a base on it which I can show in more detail later, and then I've got a mic out to the side. This is a Rode wireless mic, and I've got it set out this way so that anybody on my right side, like my fishing buddy Mark, it'll pick up his voice much better than it was before, and it was under my collar. So that's the idea, and you can vary the length of this, and I just sprayed it all black. The strap goes around, it fits nicely in between this Legacy life jacket, and it's tight to the body, so it works well, and I can just slot the camera in or take the camera out and use it somewhere else without it having to be fixed there, and then you got to unfix it. So that's proved to be okay. Well, it's an absolutely fantastic day. The winds is a light breeze, so that's nice, because in the summer it can get really stifling hot when you go out on no wind days. But there's a nice, just enough breeze to keep us slightly cooler and refreshed.
What are you going to do with him, John?
And there's people catching fish, especially over there, and we're definitely catching fish.
Here we go.
And Mark has got something very big. Make sure he can run, Mark, if he wants to. Well, it's a good strike. Maybe it's the one that did it before.
Maybe it is.
Same sort of fish. Maybe there's some big boys around. But yeah, this is what's fantastic about Auckland and the outer part of the harbour, is that It's big enough so you can really go out and have an adventure, but it's small enough
Oh, he's got off.
that it's not too big. Oh, well, there's a face of disappointment, Mark. Do I have it? There you go. Biggest fish of the day, just found his freedom, eh? Yes, as I was saying. So, yes, it's small enough and there's lots of islands, so there's always a lot of shelter everywhere. If you need shelter to run from weather, there's beaches. So you can go exploring, go to the Coromandel, go to the islands, you go to Little Barrier, Great Barrier. A lot of people go there. Carwell's fantastic. So yeah, it's a very special playground if you're into boating and fishing. And I have to pull that line in. This is quite a good fish too. I think it's your one that got away, Mark.
They're outside.
We're not allowed any four-letter words on boat. Four-letter words are banned. Not fish, of course. Fish is allowed. Fish is allowed. Bait's allowed. Fish is allowed. Lures allowed. Here he comes. Very nice table fish. It's a Hauraki special. Caught on the old weasel again. Oh, pushing it a bit doing that, but not like we're lacking a fish. So if he wants to get away, he can.
Put my bait down there.
Oops, the fish has taken this jig. I'm just sitting the jig in the rod holder, you know, which is, there's not even much wave action today, so it must be hardly moving. And yet they're still going for it. So they're very positive fish today. They must have been to a bait eating course, I think, or a lure eating course and practicing their skills. Wow, so they're certainly using them today. And another little panny.
Wow.
Mark just lowered his line and got hit on the way down, so the fish are actually up the column a little bit, coming up to get it. So, oh, he's a good fish, Mark. Good table fish. He's a good fish. Whoa, he's a live one. Let's get this over my rod there.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, there Mark pulls in another fish.
30, 35,
Wow.
36.
We've just relocated again, so, but there's definitely a lot of fish around here. Well, we've got all the fish that we're allowed to have, and it's been a fantastic day fishing. So we're going to head off back home now, and I'll give you the lowdown on the map at the end of this. But yeah, it's been fantastic. The fishing has been really incredible. So the full moon has proved to be not a problem. It's actually worked well today, so, and a lovely day as well. So yeah, we've had a very good fish. So we'll catch you again. We've got 13 empty ones and one left to take out, which means we're only one away from our limit. So it's been very good fishing today. And Mark has got a good fish here. We've relocated, going on the way home really, but we did a bit of a scoop out past the corner of the tram lines. Whoa. And we saw a few dolphins, so we just stopped there for a bit of a look. And Mark has picked something up quite good.
There he is, big snapper.
Ah, it's a big snapper. We better get the net.
Hurry up, not to the hook's not.
Leave him in the water.
Yes.
Yeah, don't lift him.
But his hook's not very strong.
Very good.
That's our last fish, John.
Yeah, that is your last fish. There's the final last one. Yay! There's the last fish because he's a good fish. And he's self-releasing as well. My goodness. Well, that was the end of a fantastic day's fishing. Haven't had one like that for quite a while. So at the end of the day, we took our limit because we didn't think we were going to fish for a couple of more weeks. So, but they were all such good fish too, so it was very good. So in the morning we just set off from OBC and we went out straight this way. We were sort of just scouting a little bit, looking around, seeing what action there was. Once we got out here, there was we were going to head this way right through, and I was going to fish the 30-meter contour line here, but we saw a few birds out here, so we headed that way and saw a couple of boats going there, but there was not much happening there really. We did catch a couple. We thought, oh well, we'll just stick to the plan and we'll head across over here. So, and as we were going past Shearer's Rock and in behind or outside Tiri there, there were a few people around and it looked quite good. So that's where we stopped, and we just got onto a bunch of fish off the side of a reef there, and yeah, it was fantastic. Very good fishing. So we had no need to go anywhere else really. We finally finished up there with one fish left to catch if we wanted to, and we just went out this way outside the tram lines just to have a bit of a look. And we managed to pick up another good fish there, but there was not a lot happening there. They were spread out going out further, so I had heard that it had been quite good way out, but we were done really. So we came home a bit early and all the way back and had a very successful day. So we'll catch you again. That was December, yeah, so that's what's happening then. Seems to be a lot of fish congregate in this area in December around through here. So it's good for then. They start coming in close. All right, see you again.